You know what? They're not really spreading the love because there's going to be these two areas that end up getting, double-digit snowfall totals, and then some towns nearby may only get single-digit. I mean, we're all going to be cleaning up a lot of snow after this is done and over with, but I do think that these snow bands have been rather stubborn and will lead to local maximums in snowfall totals. Meanwhile, you can see we're just in the thick of this storm right now. You were saying it's looking and feeling like February. I was just taking a look a few days ago at the average snowfall for the season. We were right around average because we had so much snow with that December event, right? Then we had basically nothing in between, and now we're going to pile a lot more snow into this event too. So it's kind of interesting. This is the winter where we had a couple big storms and then nothing in between. Well, winter's not over yet, of course. 8 to 18 inches of snow. I'm going to show you our map again, but we haven't updated it much in the last 12 hours or so. Most get around a foot, but we're going to get the highest amounts in western Connecticut, where a lot of areas already at a foot of snow, and we'll end up likely getting about 1.5 feet by the time the storm is over with. Northeast winds sustained anywhere between, I'll say 15 to 30 miles per hour, but we're seeing gusts up to 35, 40, 45 miles per hour. In terms of additional impacts, I mean, you're seeing it. When you're in one of these bands, it is hard to drive out there because it's near whiteout conditions. A few power outages are possible. I just checked the outages. They're very, very few. I think I saw like 250, which is barely anything. They probably have that on an average day, but there is a chance for a couple, especially in southeastern Connecticut, where those winds will be a little bit stronger. And regarding the coastal flooding situation, there is a chance for some minor to moderate coastal flooding during the high tide cycle that starts at 8 o'clock tonight and goes until 2 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Snowfall total so far up around a foot here in Fairfield, Bridgeport 10 inches, New Haven 9.5, North Haven around 7.7, Weston and New London also stacking up the snow. Eric saying that they had to find a creative way to kind of measure the snow. They took 2 of those Lysol cans and just stacked them on top of each other. Love the creativity. Jeff Aborn in northeastern Connecticut says, hey, you know what? In northeastern Connecticut, we only have 4 inches, and it's even mixing in with some grapple, which actually kind of looks like snow pellets instead of actual snow. Cindy sharing this photo from us through Ledyard with 10 inches of snow on the ground and 8 inches in Weathersfield from Hillary Stevens. She says it might be more than that because the top inch keeps blowing off the table. And when you are getting a measurement, I think, out of this storm, you may need to stick your ruler in several different spots in your backyard because there is a lot of blowing and drifting of snow that's going around out there. So 12 to 18 inches, pretty solid on that for parts of western Connecticut, and 8 to 14 inches for much of the rest of the state. Now, we are already closing in on, I'd say, 10 inches for some in southeastern Connecticut. If that band doesn't move, we may need to add another contour where there's over 14 inches possible there. Wind speeds out of the north. This is sustained, so not higher gusts, 26 miles per hour in Groton, 16 mile per hour winds in the Hartford area. Temperatures are in the 20s to around 30 degrees. These numbers could actually come up a little bit overnight tonight, and that's not necessarily a good thing because there might be a slight bit of melting followed by a refreeze. So I suggest kind of cleaning up a little bit of the snow, and then especially as we head into the early evening hours, and then if anything falls on top, it won't make it heavier to move. But this is the heavier snow band we were telling you about. Heartland, Granby, Cornwall, it's coming down like crazy. And the same is true here in southern Connecticut. North Haven, Chester, East Haddam, you are in some of that heavy snow right now. We're watching the rain snow line. It has not budged very much yet. Meanwhile, it is raining right now in Cape Cod. So right now, where do we go from here? Between 9 and midnight, we're going to start to pull in some drier air. As that happens, we're able to see some mixing. So again, that's why I said maybe clean up before 9 o'clock. After that, we'll continue to see lingering lighter rain and snow showers. Where the snow lingers longest, northeastern Connecticut, you may do some catching up. Northwestern Connecticut, again, you guys are probably going to end up being at the top of the charts. And heading through the day tomorrow, not much in the way of additional accumulation, but we'll continue to see some scattered snow and rain showers off and on kind of through the day. So heading through the evening tonight, temperatures may actually rise a little bit, as I mentioned before. Not necessarily a good thing. Again, we might get a little bit of a melting, but then as we head through the day tomorrow, those temperatures actually drop back down close to freezing. So again, it just might make for more of an icy situation. Cloudy Wednesday, Thursday, lots of sunshine. There's likely rain on Friday with temperatures in the low 40s. And some of our guidance has another snow event possible over this weekend on Sunday. We got a lot of time to watch it. Let's get through one at a time, right, guys?